Hey makers and planner friends, today we are going to take a look at the first couple months in my Sterling Ink Common Planner. This is the N1V. It is the standard size, like a traveler's notebook standard size, and it's the chunky one. So let's take a peek at what I've been doing. I already know that there are some pages in here that I should have popped some sticky notes in, so there will be some awkward finagling somewhere in the middle. This is some deco that I tore out of a bullet journal that I had because I just love this sticker and I wanted to reuse it, so it's not even adhered to the cover. It's just folded over a bit and then it's staying in place because of the clear cover. I love it. I need to close it more because usually it's just open on my desk. I need to close it more because I really like it. Anyway, inside we have a nameplate sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. And I just used a Posca pen to write my name on it because it's a slick little guy. Your average pen isn't going to work. So I used a paint pen. Oh man, I'm way behind in this. Basically, what I do on this page is related to my partner. If he's traveling, I circle it with a black pen and then just kind of track our time together. But I didn't even do last month. So then I will have to go through my planner and see if I care enough. Then I have index. I did not do any goal breakdowns. I never did figure out how I wanted to use these pages. That's all right. It's all right. It's my planner and I use it how it best benefits me, and apparently this isn't benefiting me right now. Then we get to my monthlies, and it's very functional for me. Just tracking appointments, very minimal birthdays, anniversaries, the holidays, the things. I track some social media stats. Couple things like student loans are due. I pay a couple bills and rent and things on that day, etc. Full disclosure, I have not gone through here at all to cover up sensitive information or swearing or relationship debacles, none of it. So if you're somebody that likes to pause and zoom in, I have no idea what you'll end up reading, so enter at your own risk. And if you see swearing, embrace a broad vocabulary. That's all I can say. January, I did put a little bit of washi, Coffee Monsters Co., and a little bit of other stickery bits, holiday things. More Coffee Monsters Co. washi. Anytime you see these redheaded girls and similar, that's from The Joy of Planning on Etsy. More Coffee Monsters Co. March, it's the same. I did some changing of the seasons washi from Coffee Monsters Co. because that's what happens in March. And in Oregon, in February, you get a couple days of like almost 60 degrees, and then the next day there's snow. It gets real weird in February, so that's why I also put that. All right, that's my monthlies. That's how I get down with the monthlies. Extremely, extremely functional. Then you get to the weeklies, where I've experimented a bit. I've always been a fan of the weeklies. I was a Hobonichi cousin diehard because of the weeklies primarily. So I'm trying to do the same thing in here. And it's a lot of stickers. It's a lot of lettering stuff. It's busy and I love it. And this year I've tried to do more memory keeping stuff in with the stickers and the lettering and the things. I like it, but I still wanted to try some different things. This is a little less, I guess. And then I tried a couple weeks worth of this. So basically it's the same thing. A laundry tracker, dinner, meal tracker, like meal planning, dinners. What was I reading that week? What is this called? The Alistair method? I don't know. Tracking some tasks that I was meant to do that week, but not necessarily any particular day kind of thing. And some notes, which I did actually take physical therapy notes back here, but I wasn't sure I liked it. I really like my little memory keeping sticker usage shenanigans. Up here, I just put like the scheduled appointments and birthdays and stuff. Nah. Well, that brought me to this. Down here, after midnight or so, I put in the scheduled events, things that have a time specific thing, you know. And I put that all down here. Easy to reference, easy to find. That's what's happening, because up here I might just say meetings, but down here I know I had my stand-up meeting and my design chat meeting, etc. Just meetings up here instead of writing all that out. Got back into the stickers and varying lettering things. I also started to circle the time of one of these and put a line for the duration. I've carried that through. Here, like my partner was here for the weekend, so there's kind of a ongoing line. I sometimes do a cleaning routine that breaks your house up in zones, and you do certain things within a specific room for the week. I'm not going to get into all that, but that's what this has been. So this zone 3 is my bathroom and my office. So I put a bathroom sticker here. And that's some stuff I wanted to do in there. This is the bedroom. This is living room. But also because the month shifted, it became zone 1 as well. Anyways, that's what I was doing over there. Tracking stuff and things. Here I was neglectful and I didn't really track all the things. So I filled it with Lunar New Year stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. But I'm still putting all of my events and stuff down here and using this space for that. And I'm still digging it. Still circling the time of an event and a line to extend for the duration of it. Still doing the samesies. I think that these coffee related ones are from Planning with Kay. I think. And this was just this last week. And I really like this to delineate between the memory keeping bits and the schedule bit. And it's really sparked some ideas for what I want to make for myself. This is this week. I've just written in a few of the appointments that I have coming up. Okay, no one needs to know the money I make and the money I spend. So what I have done is I write in, let me go here. Boop, 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 boop. So, this, I put a number. What day of the month is this thing due? What is due? what is due, how much is due, because most of my bills are the same amount every month. And if it's not, if it varies slightly or whatever, I'll put an asterisk, which means that's the approximate amount of what is due. And then I have January through December here, and I just check off, put an X once it is out of my account. I put half of an X if I've paid it or I've acknowledged that it's due and it's going to be coming out of my account soon, because most of my bills are also like auto pay. So that's how I'm tracking my bills. And then down here I have my salary for the month, how much I've made on Etsy for the month, anything miscellaneous. So let's say I currently every quarter get a check for a project I did a couple years ago. I'll write that in there, total, and then what I have in savings goes there. Cool. What else? Now, what the hell? This is expenses, which I've kind of stopped already. At first, I decided, okay, I'm going to track what I'm spending on groceries and food, as well as what I'm spending on prescriptions, and designating the prescriptions with the dot. I no longer give a crap about what I'm spending on food, groceries, etc. I do care what I'm spending on prescriptions, so I'm going to continue to do that. This is Coffee Monsters Co. washi. Incoming orders, date, where'd I get it, what is it, did I get it yet? A wish list, did I buy the thing, what is it, and where can I get it? When did I last? So Dutch's water filter in his little water majiggy. Charge the flashlights and lanterns in case there's a power outage. I just go to the month and I put the day of the month that I did it. What to watch? I keep forgetting this exists, but I want to watch Shogun, which is on FX or Hulu. Cool. Now I'll remember that's a thing that I want to watch. This is my show tracker. I've never watched Gilmore Girls. Just sit with that for a second. But I have watched 4 episodes of the first season, accomplished this last fall. So I'm going to track. I used IMDb to find out just how many episodes there were per season. Holy crap. I think they're half-hour episodes, so thanks for that. And I'll just color them in as I watch them, and then I will rate the show on this Coffee Monster sticker. This, I think, is going to be for my 3rd rewatching of Ted Lasso, which I love Ted Lasso with every fiber of my being. So I'm currently rewatching it again. And then I might watch Schitt's Creek. Is that what it's called? I haven't watched that before, but I keep hearing about it. So I might watch that. And I'm just going to track like where I'm at in these things. I have not written anything on this master to-do list, but I have one for personal and one for hustle, side hustle. And then this, I did good for a month, for a whole month. And then I didn't. I'm tracking exercise and pain because I've been battling chronic pain for a bit. And I started physical therapy, and you'd think that would be the ideal time to keep track of this, but I didn't. But I can happily say that the last 5 days, the back pain part of it has been nearly nothing. So, the exercising, I'm doing my physical therapy homework every day, so there's something happening, but I stopped caring. It happens. I stopped caring. Part of that is because I didn't like how this ended up being, and it brought me no joy. So, moving on. Again, none of this has been censored, so there's that. This is a hodgepodge of washi and lettering and stickers and stuff that I can't tell you where all of it came from. I can't. If there's something specific on any page and you're like, I must have that in my life or I cannot go on, reach out and I'll do my best to figure out where I got it. I can tell you that these and these are from Lettering and Me off of Etsy. I believe that these are Once More with Love, Coffee Monsters Co., Joy of Planning. Whew. Okay. My dailies are often always a to-do list, often journaling. Sometimes the journaling might pertain to any one of these days. It's not specific to a day so much as this happened this week. That's fine. And other times it's very specific to a day. Again, I think planning with K. Oh gosh. I have old lady brain sometimes, so bear with me. I don't know how many coffees it takes to be friendly, but so far it's not 12. I kept seeing that on social media, so I just threw it in there. I track the weather often. It's a thing my grandma used to do in her travel journals, which I'm the caretaker of. She'd write the weather of wherever they were at. So that's a little nod to my grandma. We kind of killed it this day, y'all. Not only did we do our exercises, but you see? Do you see? Anyway, more Coffee Monsters Co. This is who packed my order that came that day. I have been tending to stick with a sort of a color theme. This is very wintry to me, so we went with that. I finished Akawar. Y'all, I don't know if you've read the Akadar series. There's 5 books. This was the one. And then it turned into a snooze fest. I'm still trying to finish the last one. And I'm like 500 pages in, and I'm just like, why? Because the whole book before that, which was only 200 and some pages, comparatively, it's a wee novella. But that whole book, I was like, why? And now I'm reading this 800-page... God! I'm told that when I get to part 3, A Court of Silver Flames, when I get to part 3, it gets better, but... Oh, God, part 3 is so far into the book. I think I have like 40 more pages to go before I get there, and I'm just like... Whew! I'm appreciating the girl power-y bits. Girl power. But... I'll be honest, every time it hits spice, if you're a reader, the books, they hit the spice part, and I'm just like, F off. I'm 500 page deep into this book. I don't care. I don't care about your naked shenanigans at this point. Just give me plot. Please. I can't. Look I'm already riled up. I'm going to finish the book because it's the end of the whole daggone series. You can't just DNF the last book. Not in my world, you can't. Anywho, I believe that these are from some rolls of washi that I got. We just move right on. These and these, I think it's a set of 3 washi, and one of them has ladies. One of them has architecture of some sort, and one of them has beverages. Oh, I've flagged pages that I left blank spots. I think, yeah, that's it. This week I was meh. So I need to go back and fill it up because this blankness doesn't make my heart very happy. So either I'll look through and remember what had happened and I'll journal, or I'll doodle, put a quote, something, but these will get filled up. That's why they're flagged. I finished One Dark Window and Rotten Fruit, 4 stars and 2 stars respectively. My back pain this day, back and ankle, I was having a hard time. Y'all, I went to bed on Christmas and I woke up the day after Christmas and I could hardly walk. My ankle was so messed up and I didn't do anything. I'm that age now where you go to bed fine and you wake up and you can't walk, or you roll your eyes too hard and you've thrown your back out. I'm that person now. Yep. One more page to fill in. Started physical therapy. I played Tokaido. We had a little mini adventure in Portland, and this is stuff we did. Another roll of washi stuff. Ouch. When you stop chasing the wrong things, you give the right things a chance to catch you. So after experimenting with those weeklies, these guys, and deciding that is not how I want to use these pages, then I kind of did it at the start of a new week. And I like that better, but I have failed to ever do it again. We'll see how that shakes out. It seems worthwhile because I have homework from physical therapy to do, and it doesn't really change throughout the week. It's actually probably not going to change moving forward. So I can easily track that and mark it off. And this I do in my passport size Sterling ink, so I don't know, but like tracking the laundry and the current reads and stuff, although I have a Hobonichi Weeks that I do as a reading journal, so I don't know. We're working on it. We're figuring it out. I got some Everyday Explorers Company stamp stuff, so I've talked about that. Talking about other things. My blood sugar was trying to kill me. I felt like garbage, unmotivated. PT tried to also kill me, but then PT was better. I think this is about relearning how to crochet. And so I started to crochet this blanket, which I finished just this last Saturday, and I love it. I'm sure it's wrong. I'm sure there's a bazillion mistakes, but I love it, and it's cozy and heavy. It's chunky, and it makes me happy. So, okay, once we move into February, you see I've changed to pinks and all that goodness with a pop of green, because why not? This is some yarn I started to use for something else. Another Coffee Monsters order. The dip I was making for Super Bowl, little shopping list. Some new pens that I swatched right there. Also planning with Kay. Valentine's Day. So for Valentine's Day, we went, oh, this is my Dutch baby's birthday, my dog. Valentine's Day, we took the day off. I took the whole rest of the week off. And we headed to Southern Oregon. It was about a 4 to 5 hour drive. But first we went to breakfast, and we went to Word of Mouth, and they gave me a Valentine that has this fuzzy sticker in it. So I just popped it in here. Wrote about that morning and the road trip and everything. This is me and my partner. Whatever, he's not going to care. I wrote about the independent bookstore we went to, this little retro place we went to where I got a record, our concert tickets. We went to Vitamin String Quartet. If you watch Bridgerton, you know. They play the modern music. It's 2 violins, a viola, and a cello. It was everything. Like, I legit teared up. I got so overwhelmed by their talent. Anywho, I'm a nerd. The next day, we went a little further south before we came home. This was a little cafe above a bookstore. I tracked the records I listened to for the day. The next day. Just writing about our little trip. Some thoughts and plans for my side hustle, because I'm going to start doing it again. Fingers crossed. The Moterm ring binders I had been looking at, and the ones that I purchased, etc. Which I just posted a video unboxing those, actually. It's just more of the same. Knee seems mostly okay. So the ankle got better, and then one day I'm at physical therapy. Wednesday I'm at physical therapy, and whatever we did that day, that night, again, I could barely walk. But this time it was my right knee, which wasn't a problem before. But now all of a sudden I could hardly walk, and it went on for days, slowly getting better. Knee seems mostly okay. I can't. It's another good back day. Fuck yeah. And then we're in March, so I've shifted colors again. And that's today. And last night I did most of this, and I decided that I was going to bring back my 3 CTs, which is critical tasks. And for me, my 3 CTs have always been side hustle related. So my Etsy shop and doing YouTube and things like that. I'm not a freelance designer, graphic designer anymore. I am a full-time UI UX designer. So the freelance-y bits of it don't exist for me anymore. But I wanted to bring back my 3 CTs, my 3 critical tasks for side hustle things, just to get myself moving forward with whatever the heck I'm going to do with my Etsy shop right now. So I already know that 2 of them were oh, come on. Clean up art table. And this wasn't like completely, it's just work on it, which I've got, that's what I film on. And I've got 2/3 of it nice and clean and tidy. All of that is nice and clean and tidy. I don't know if I'll do the rest of it yet, because that's going to be a process. So I'm calling that one done. The other one was film, record, whatever we call it these days. Film, Sterling Ink, Common Planner, flip. That's good enough. That's what we're calling what I'm doing in this very moment. And I'm not sure what my third will be. I will decide after lunch, or after lunch I will finish working, and then I'll decide what that will be. I normally would have spelled that all out first thing, but you know, day one. And I haven't done those. But whilst I was working this morning and my brain had the bandwidth to think about other things, I decided I wanted to do this differently. So let's just do it together, shall we? Lettering and me, numbers. I'm gonna skip this space. leave it for journaling or stickers or whatever the heck, so that we can do this together. Oh, that did not work out. Nope. Yep. And this week it looks like I'm just drawing out the days. So Wednesday's gonna be a pickle. Let me just give a little. I have done a video for something else where I explained some of my lettering habits, but I outline. When I do letters like this, I outline them because it just makes it look like more of a finished, polished, arty thing to me. That's just me. Sure, I wrote some letters, cool. But if I outline it, it feels like more of an intentional, creative process or something. But outlining things, even just my handwriting, has become a trickier thing for me since my broken happened. Because I'll be popping along, doing my outlining or whatever, and then all of a sudden, because there's some nerve damage stuff or compressed nerves in my neck, I'll just, oh, that's not cute, but whatever. I have to learn to embrace it. So here in the studio, we embrace the wonky, the wabi-sabi, if you will. So then I would put, I don't know what the weather's supposed to be tomorrow. I think it might stop raining. I'll put my little weather sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. We've switched to those in March. I'll put the weather and the temperatures later or tomorrow. So the thing that I have been pondering this morning is doing this differently and having it be, do I have meetings tomorrow? I don't think I have any meetings tomorrow. But I am planning to go to the gym around, I'm planning to be there around 3:30. All right, so to put my scheduled things up top so that I know first thing in the list of what is already scheduled and I have to be at or do. And then to do this. Yes. And these are going to be the 3 CTs for hustle. Okay. I'm gonna I will use my, I don't have one over here. I will use my Furenosuke, whatever, a brush pen, and make that look better later. But so these are going to be the 3 CTs, the 3 critical tasks for hustle. And then we're going to have the 3 critical tasks boop, 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 for home. My handwriting just did that little blah, but that's all right. Some of that I can hide when I thicken the downstrokes with my brush pen. But hustle, home, I can't even stand it. I need to go get that pen right now. is dry. This is just one of those, was it Zig? Yeah, Zig Clean Color Dot. There's a couple different versions out there. This one has a fine point on one end and then the dot on the other end. 1, 2, 3 in each of these if they're dry enough. All right, hustle, home, and health. Okay, my hand's not, oh man. These aren't dry enough. All right, bear with me while I get my pen. So I think moving forward, I should bump this down a line because it's awfully close to my scheduleds. I'll just give this pointer again too. I know it's all over the socials, but if you want your lettering to look like that that calligraphy hand lettering look, you can fake it by thickening the downstrokes, which is what I'm doing here. Looks a little fancier, and sometimes it hides the wonky that my broken creates. What did I do? Well, in theory, this says health. Close enough. All right, let's see if I can fix some of this that didn't write very well. Good enough, good enough, good enough for this little tester page. All right, so we'll have scheduled events, which maybe I should title it, I don't know. Hustle, home, health. The 3 critical tasks that if I do nothing else in a day, I do these. And then I could start rattling off another basic type list of whatever. Maybe I do it, maybe I don't, but I'll come up with 3 items for each of these categories every day. So if I do nothing else today, let's say, for the happiness of my home, for cleaning, for whatever, maybe it's just these 3 things that I'm doing today, actually. Take out the bathroom garbage, clean the bathroom mirror because boys are gross, and clean the toilet. So maybe I would write those in there. And if I do nothing else task-wise around my home, I've won because I got those done. Same for hustle, like we talked about here. And then health, my physical therapy homework, maybe, or making green juices, maybe. We'll see, because this is tomorrow. Just, what do I want to do for my health? Maybe it's meditating. Maybe it's, it can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be. If it is a task that has stages, you can break that out. If it's a larger task, break it out into 3 parts, and you get to have the satisfaction of crossing off each part. Like, for instance, today I've said I wanted to film this video. I didn't say post a YouTube video because that's several parts. Today we're just focused on filming this, and tomorrow maybe it's editing, whatever, taking thumbnail photos. Like, it can be as simple a task as you want, but it still moves you forward. Maybe all you do for your home is pick up some blankets, fold up some blankets and put them away, or pick up dog toys. Like, it can be those smallest little things, but it makes you feel like you've accomplished your tasks. You get the satisfaction of crossing the things off, and your home is better for it because you've picked up all the dog toys or the kids' toys. Even though they're all going to take them right back out, you've done the thing. So I am going to start moving forward with something more like this, I think. Okay. We already have Tuesday nearly sorted, except, oh man, I really should have shifted this all down. Because by the time I put these little stickers and stuff, I'll just move it over. I'll just move it all over. We'll put the weather right here. It's all right. It's okay. We don't care. This is not that serious. So it's going to be fine. But this is how we're going to stay focused. Let me know if you start doing anything like this, or if there's another category that you're going to do instead of these three. I just, alliteration. Alliteration is a beautiful thing. And these are 3 things that I need to focus on. So, yeah, we're going to do it. I'm going to put my little bookmark back. Oh, goodness sakes. All right, there we go. All right, that's what I got for you. That is how I'm using my Sterling Ink Common Planner so far. I have many other planners, but this is my main squeeze. This is my ride or die. This is the one I use every day. So I thought we'd start with showing this. Oh, I forgot. Whoopsies. I have a pencil board back here. And then just some ephemera stuff I've kind of just shoved in the back. Maybe I should have dated some of it, but that's all right. This is from the bookstore we went to on Valentine's Day. Whatever. I'm just chucking it in the back so it's not so chonky up here where I'm actually working. I mean, there's a little, but all right. That's where I'm at with this planner. Thank you for joining me. Please do let me know if this is of value to you in any way. I do like to know those things because maybe I'll think of other things to share moving forward, since I'm trying to do this consistently for you again. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful March. I hope that you are able to make some really fantastic memories worth keeping.